But I just want to be mindful of our time. For those of us that haven't met, my name is David Wicks. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Eastern Suffolk BOCES. I've been given the privilege to give an opening welcome to this meeting this morning, but I certainly am not going to take much credit for the work that has been done and the work that's going to be presented to you, because there are multiple folks on this meeting with us that are really responsible for the work that's been done here. Wonderful to see so many familiar names. I guess you've been doing this a while when so many people come together from many different parts of my career. So happy to have you all here. And so we're just going to jump right into it. So I'll start here. We can go to the next slide. So just some welcome and framing for this morning. You're going to hear my colleagues do a review of the Eastern Suffolk BOCES regional plan and recognize our participating districts. We're going to review the Eastern Suffolk BOCES region and our participating districts. We will review the regional plan. We will review and present to you the website that we've created to kind of encapsulate and recognize all this work and put it in one place for folks to go to. And then next steps for those of you that are non-district strategic partners. So that's our morning together, our morning/afternoon. Next slide. So this is a map of the Eastern Suffolk BOCES region. So it gives you an idea, for those of you that aren't familiar with the region that we serve, we're called Eastern Suffolk BOCES because we're the easternmost BOCES in Suffolk County. But we stretch from West Islip to Montauk and Three Village to Orient. And if you're from the region, you know that that's a big area. And it encompasses not only geographically a large area, but on the wrong day, it could take you about 3 hours to get from West Islip to Montauk. And so we're proud to serve that region. I also, having served as the district superintendent and seen, and worked with colleagues from around the state, I can say that I feel we're probably one of the more diverse BOCES in the state because of who we serve. So not just diverse in every definition of that word. The obvious meanings of that word, but also we serve a district that's literally a one-room schoolhouse, and we also serve the largest suburban school district in New York State. 51 school districts over about 1,000 square miles. Like I said, anywhere from single digits in enrollment to almost 20,000, and everything in between. We have 3 island districts. You can see Fisher's Island up there in the upper right-hand corner of our map there. We have Shelter Island, the brown part in the middle, and Fire Island there, the only school district that lies within a national park. So, and in which you can see there, the highlighted districts are the districts that chose to be part of this plan and chose to be part of the planning of everything that came to be, and we're honored to have them be part of that work. So what I'll do now is I'm going to kick it over to my colleague, Dr. Varela, who's going to be our facilitator for the rest of this meeting. Again, I appreciate you all being here, and I hope you walk away with not only by learning something, but by learning how you can be part of this work moving into the future. So, Dr. Varela.
Thank you, Dave. So good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to just have the opportunity to engage today in terms of regionalization and what it means for us here in Eastern Suffolk County. I will start by saying that in consultation with their boards of education, 27 component districts chose to actively engage in this planning process, which started last academic school year. Each district completed the comprehensive planning strengths and needs tool survey as part of that process. And the district leaders participated in multiple levels of engagement. They attended regional convenings hosted by Eastern Suffolk BOCES. They also took part in surveys and small and large group discussions, as well as provided testimonial and ongoing feedback using thought exchange. We also had scribes and table facilitators when we were meeting in person, and we engaged in focused subcommittee work throughout the summer months, from June all the way through August, in preparation for the submission of our regional plan. These 27 component districts represent more than half of our region, and this means the process truly reflects the need and the priority areas that are aligned to the regional plan, which you will hear more about shortly. The feedback also obtained offered a strong representation of the foundational planning that we engaged in through all of these meetings. Next slide, please. I'm going to turn it over to our colleague, Vanessa.
Hi. So our role at Eastern Suffolk BOCES is to really engage school district superintendents and discuss regionalization. This is really our roadmap and what's transpired from the beginning. So in September through December of 2024, the districts completed a planning and strengths needs survey that was requested by New York State's Department of Education. Eastern Suffolk BOCES held internal planning meetings to review and prepare really next steps. So then, as we look from February to October, Eastern Suffolk BOCES conducted regional data review and analysis using multiple data points, which directly informed the planning and the materials for our early convening sessions. In April, the interim progress report was submitted to New York State Department of Education. This submission was to show us and provide a little bit of a roadmap of where we are in the process and what direction we were leading towards. You can also see that from February through July of 2025, we hosted five convenings. We also engaged in committee meetings with the superintendents and stakeholders, and we held deep conversations and discussions around what our needs were within the region. From August through September, an executive summary highlighting the regional plan and recommendations was shared with all 51 component districts in Eastern Suffolk County. And then in October of 2025, the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan and recommendations was finalized, and a submission was made to New York State Education Department. So during also that period of time between October 2025 and February 2026, Eastern Suffolk BOCES leadership engaged in regional planning, as well as we worked towards developing a website that we'll have some time a little bit later to show you and navigate through. Now, as we move, we look ahead. The roadmap moves us to planning and enacting. Our common focus is creating strategic collaboration, implementation, and deployment across the region. Right. So next, we'll really talk about the inputs that shape the plan. So this plan is built on a wide foundation. We started by gathering data and listening carefully to what districts had to say. The Planning, Strengths, and Needs survey provided us with a clear diagnostic picture. It highlighted where we are collectively strong. It also surfaced the areas that we needed to focus attention. In addition to the survey results, we conducted an analysis of historical data for our region. And then we also looked at publicly released data through our data.nysa.gov website, as well as Integrate New York. Our convenings, both small and large group, also allowed us to dig deeper. These conversations gave us the opportunity to test ideas. They also helped us to understand the nuances behind the survey results. The feedback was received through the use of varied survey tools, gave us candid insight to scale It helped us to amplify voices across districts, and it ensured that perspectives from all corners of Eastern Suffolk were represented. And that relates back directly to what David had shared with us earlier about how vast this region is, that we provide support and service. What you see in this plan is truly collective and collaborative. It has been shaped by diverse perspectives and priorities across our region. The result is a plan that reflects the region's common ground and our unique contexts.
So our Eastern Suffolk guiding definition of regionalization is a living definition and is defined as the collaborative sharing of services, resources, and ideas among districts to maximize student access to opportunities, ensure equity, and support all students and families. This approach aims to remove barriers, be fiscally responsible, and leverage strengths for the benefit of the community. It also involves planning and facilitating equitable services, identifying needs and resources, and working together to address opportunity gaps and deliver educational programs. This is why, as our strategic partners, we have invited you to this virtual meeting because it is important that everyone understand what our regional plan entails and how we can continue to partner. This definition was also developed collaboratively, and it reflects the collective input of our superintendents from the 51 component districts, our district leaders across Eastern Suffolk, and key stakeholders. And every district had an opportunity to shape and refine this living definition. The purpose is straightforward, and it's really to ensure that the definition reflects the diverse needs, priorities, and perspectives of all districts involved. This shared language also helps us stay aligned as we move forward in our regional work together. And this definition is our foundation in terms of regionalization. It is what allows our work to move forward with clarity and with a common understanding. Before we unpack the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan, we would like to share an example of strategic collaboration with Stony Brook University and Hospital, and to illustrate a successful and beneficial partnership. Next slide.
Thank you. Now I'd like to, excuse me just for a moment, before we just proceed. Now I'd like to begin framing our thoughts around how your service can align and support the collaborative efforts and spirit of regionalization and provide to the Eastern Suffolk BOCES or Eastern Suffolk School District communities. I'd like to introduce Kate Davern.
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm Kate Davern. If you're not familiar with me, I'm the Director of Educational Support Services here at Eastern Suffolk BOCES. And I'm thrilled to highlight a program that we partner with Stony Brook University, and it's called the Digital Generation. And we believe that this is an example of one of the regional plan activity items, 1.9, because it really is a specialized course that is cross-district. So what is this program, the Digital Generation? This was really developed in partnership with Eastern Suffolk BOCES, Stony Brook, and Google. What it is it is a half-year course for students in grades 9 through 12, and they are cross districts. Districts come together, and they work collaboratively with Stony Brook University and Google. The instruction is delivered by district faculty, and the focus is on digital entrepreneurship, social media impact, 21st century technology skills. And the curriculum is modeled after the Stony Brook University course, The Digital Generation, Creating a Professional Web Presence. And students may earn 3 college credits through Stony Brook University. It's a great partnership. What is the student journey when they're going through this Digital Generations program? Students meet at Stony Brook University in October. They form mixed district, cross-district teams, and they define a project to develop for January presentations. Ongoing collaboration happens through Google Classroom, both synchronous and asynchronous, and they have a December in-person work session here at Eastern Suffolk BOCES where those cross-district teams can come together in person as well. Then what happens is teams present in January to administrators who are using rubrics to decide which presentations and teams will advance, with the finalists actually earning a Google experience tied to Google for Education. You can see this year we've had these 5 school districts participate. We have had different districts over time come in and come out of the program. But who can tell the story better than the student journey than the students themselves? Right now, we're going to watch less than a 2-minute video, but a wonderful video created by one of the students in the Digital Generation program.
These beautiful things that I've got, please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please don't take. I found my mind, I'm feeling sane. It's been a while, but I'm finding my faith. If everything's good and it's great, why do I sit and wait till it's gone? Oh, I tell you, I know I've got enough. I've got peace and I've got love, but I'm up at night thinking I just might lose it all. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. These beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please don't take.
Much better told by our students than myself. So I think they did a fabulous job here. They were so proud of this work. We wanted to highlight it, which really gave you a wonderful, brief version from their student journey. Love all the floating hearts and thumbs up. So next, we'd like to talk about our partnership that we have, again, with Stony Brook University. It's a different program. It's titled our Pre-College STEM program. Many of you may know it as formally as the WISE program, Women in Science and Engineering. They have changed their title to be more inclusive to Pre-College STEM. And we believe that this really does align with regional plan activity item 1.6, right, about establishing and expanding regional academic competitions and enrichment programs. So what is the Stony Brook University Pre-College STEM program? Well, it starts in the middle school for those districts who would like to participate at that level. It's for grades 7 through 8. And it really introduces a foundation of STEM concepts through hands-on, project-based curriculum. What's really great about the program is mentors from Stony Brook visit participating schools for 5 after-school sessions, and they do that during the fall and the spring semesters for a 1-year sequence that really builds curiosity, confidence, and essential skills for advanced STEM learning. Some schools only join at the high school level, and there's a high school program for grades 10 through 12. It's a 3-year program engaging students in different aspects of STEM learning each year. Students visit the Stony Brook campus. So now students are going to the Stony Brook campus versus the mentors going to the schools. So the students visit for 5 after-school sessions again during the fall and spring semesters, and they go there and they work in small groups with dedicated mentors. Each semester features a different STEM topic. You can see the topics on the left-hand side of the screen, allowing students to explore a really broad range of disciplines over time. Next slide, please. Another partnership that we have with Stony Brook is not the Stony Brook University per se, but the Stony Brook Hospital, which is called their CARE program, Stony Brook Children's Hospital. And this is really aligning to activity 1.1, right? It's a regional network of schools who actually participate in this program, and it will help improve instruction for sure, and it is an equity aspect as well. Let me tell you a little bit more about the CARE program. If you can go to the next slide, please. CARE stands for Child and Adolescent Resources for Emotional Health and Partnership Program. And it's a partnership between Eastern Suffolk BOCES and Stony Brook Children's Hospital. It's a regional mental health support model for K-12 students, families, and staff. It's delivered through our Community School Resource COSER, and it's really a multi-tiered system of support. So what happens here? There's ongoing professional learning and consultation through monthly professional development. There's parent workshops and clinical case conferences that schools find extremely helpful. There's access to mental health expertise and collaboration, advisory meetings, and really important cross-district learning. Crisis response and care coordination. There is priority support for high-risk students and re-entry planning for students who may be re-entering, right, the public school. There's evaluation, treatment, and referral pathways. And why does this matter from a regionalization lens? It expands access to specialized mental health services, leverages healthcare partnerships, and promotes consistency in support and practices regionally, building the capacity of our school teams, and it certainly strengthens the school-home provider collaboration. So thank you. Thank you for listening to a couple of opportunities that we have going on currently. We have so many more. We just wanted to highlight a few for you here today.
So thank you, Kate, for sharing these 3 beneficial and impactful programs. Now we will turn our focus on outlining the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan. District superintendents and their boards were engaged to review the finalized plan prior to completing their district certification acknowledgement. So the plan is organized into 4 key sections. This structure makes the framework clear. It also ensures that the plan is practical and easy to navigate. So we review each component. Then there's the narrative and reflection that are completed by the Eastern Suffolk BOCES district superintendent. There's part 1, which has 15 activities, and part 2 that has 16 activities that we will look at in a little bit greater length in just a moment. And then finally, the school district superintendents are required to complete a certification acknowledgement. The Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan is available on our website. We will highlight its location during the site walkthrough later in this presentation. And now let's begin to understand the foundational elements of the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan. These 3 priority focus strands are intentional. They consistently rose to the top during our discussions and feedback session with school superintendents. There are a total of 31 activity items that we will review. So for continuous improvement, part 1 and part 2 have 5 activity items with each. Innovation and enrichment opportunities, part 1 has 5 activity items and part 2 has 6. And then leadership and workforce capacity, this has part 1 and part 2. They each have 5 activities as well. Now I'd like to invite Holly.
Good afternoon. The continuous improvement strand establishes a regional network of school districts anchored in an inquiry framework to study shared instructional challenges. Core activities include interdistrict learning visits, instructional rounds with standardized observation protocols, and the creation of a regional repository of best practices to capture research-based strategies, grading protocols, and implementation narratives. The plan also pilots equity-informed program design reviews using a culturally responsive sustaining education aligned tool to embed inclusivity into curriculum and program planning. Recommendations include institutionalizing professional learning models, legislative funding for instructional rounds, and creating a regional continuous improvement center to lead and scale these practices.
Thank you. So now I invite Dr. Crystal Hernandez-Bernard.
Hi, everyone. I'm here to introduce our priority focus strand number 2, which is focused on innovation and enrichment opportunities. So this strand expands access to high-quality academic and co-curricular programs, particularly for small and under-resourced districts through regional academic competitions, multi-district student clubs, Seal of Biliteracy and Seal of Civic Readiness recognition events, and a shared virtual specialized courses. It includes coordinated career awareness and experiential learning opportunities, facility sharing systems, and a proposed accredited regional virtual learning network for advanced coursework. Long-term recommendations call for a sustained regional enrichment infrastructure, a club and activity consortium, and a regional career pathway continuum from elementary all the way through high school, culminating in early exposure to career and technical education and work-based learning.
Thank you. Now I invite Emily Puccio.
Greetings, everyone. Our third priority focus strand is leadership and workforce capacity. This strand focuses on equitable recruitment, retention, and leadership development. Initiatives include regional aspiring teacher and leader cohorts, a future educators pipeline initiative, targeted public awareness campaigns about careers in education, and internal mentorship models to grow leadership from within. Recommendations include a regional leadership academy, a mentorship and credentialing platform, and a regional educator workforce equity index to track representation and outcomes. Data dashboards will disaggregate metrics by demographics to ensure transparency and accountability in equity goals.
Thank you. So now we move to our school district certification. School district superintendents and their Board of Eds were encouraged to review the final regional plan. These district stakeholders decided which of the priority focus areas, activity items their district can align with, agree to lead, partner, or participate in. These activity items were recorded on the school district certification acknowledgement form. These acknowledgements were included in the submission of the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan to New York State Education Department. So what we have and what we've done is we've looked at our regional plan and our district participation results. So these are the results that districts had submitted through their district certification and what they were acknowledging that they would consider to be a part of, what they choose to be a part of, what they may lead, or what they might consider in participating in the future. So what we see here is this is an aggregate view. We look at our Eastern Suffolk districts. There were 22 that were certified and that participated in this plan and agreed to participate in aspects of this plan, whether it was under continuous improvement, innovation and enrichment opportunities, or leadership and workforce. What we identified were the high frequency items. And you can see these high frequency items that they are listed in green. So in the plan itself, in these specific priority or strands, priority focus strands, there are these 5 indicators or items that you can see for part 1 and for part 2. And you can see that in each of these, areas as I'm listing through. What we were able to identify is that based on the feedback that we received through the certification process, that 11 of our districts were interested in looking at continuous improvement 1.1. They also showed an interest in innovation and enrichment opportunities of 1.6, 1.8, and then 2.10. We also noticed that, and we saw through this process, that in leadership and workforce capacity, there was a high frequency level of interest in 1.13 and 2.14. So through this process, we were really able to understand what our districts were most interested in. And this provided us with the opportunity to internally look as an organization and as an agency to look at those low-hanging fruit. What are we doing? How can we provide our districts with the service that we already have and that exist? And now that brings us to our district, our non-school district partners, our strategic partners, and that's why you're here, to really talk about how you can align with these items and with these activities within the plan. So we'll explore that a little bit further as we move forward.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you.
So as we begin to enact our regional plan over the course of the next 10 years, this academic school year, we focused in on several high-frequency activity items as noted in the district participation results that you just viewed for part 1 of each under the 3 priority areas. Under continuous improvement, we have 1.1, which is the launch of a regional network of school districts to come together with a structure of inquiry focused on instructional improvement and equity. This is found on page 5 of our regional plan. Item 2.1 is aligned, and that is to create a regional continuous improvement center, which is also included in page 14 of our regional plan. Under the second priority area, innovation and enrichment opportunities, we are accessing item 1.8, which is the high frequency item for that priority. And that is to organize regional student recognition and enrichment forums, including seals of civic readiness and biliteracy events. And that is item 2.8, which is develop and implement a regional scheduling and facility sharing system. And that is noted and included in page 17 of our regional plan. The third priority area, which is leadership and workforce capacity, included the following 2 high-frequency activity items. Item 1.13, which is to coordinate regional guidance and civic service education campaign to increase awareness of careers in education and non-instructional roles. And that is found in pages 11 and 12 of our regional plan, as well as item 2.13, which is to expand the future educators pipeline with regional funding, included in our regional plan on pages 18 and 19.
So thank you. We would like to spotlight a few more of our strategic collaborations. Each collaboration aligns with one or more of those activity items that we just reviewed with you. So now I'd like to invite our first administrator, Holly.
Hi, good afternoon. Holly Iannucci. I'm one of the divisional administrators for our special education department. It's my pleasure to be able to discuss our new partnership this school year with Sandy Hook Promise. As part of our commitment to partnering with non-district entities within the framework of our regionalization plan, we have entered into partnership with Sandy Hook Promise nonprofit organization in order to support our regionalization activity plan of continuous improvement and equity within our region. Through our partnership with Sandy Hook Promise, which began this past fall, we are able to focus on building stronger communities among our special education buildings to reduce social isolation and better support students' emotional well-being while improving school safety. Our special education department supports students from our 51 component districts, and we look forward to expanding this to our CTE department in the 2026 school year as well. Next slide. Our focus in this partnership has been improving school climate and safety through the Start with Hello program, with a natural progression to utilizing the Say Something program for violence prevention. Our buildings kicked off their work with the Sandy Hook Promise this fall with Start with Hello lessons across all 10 special education buildings. This in particular is a lesson with elementary age students at our West Hampton Beach Learning Center. So our Start with Hello program has 3 goals to teach students how to recognize loneliness and social isolation in their peers, how to help their peers who may be lonely or feeling socially isolated within the building, and to grow an empathetic and inclusive community within all of our special education buildings. For the Say Something program, our goals are to recognize warning signs and threats, to teach students to say something to a trusted adult to get assistance and help, and to grow a community of upstanders who look out for one another in the community. These pictures are from a Sandy Hook Promise project at our Prem Learning Center, which focused on kindness and a community of students who truly look out for each other. To conclude, while this partnership is new this year and in its beginning stages, we are truly excited as it continues to grow. As stated earlier, we are looking forward to furthering the program's implementation to our CTE department and additionally participating in Sandy Hook Promise's Say Something anonymous reporting system in the upcoming 26-27 school year. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Emily Puccio.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emily Puccio, and I am a divisional administrator in the Career, Technical, and Adult Education Department here at Eastern Suffolk BOCES. And today I would like to share a little bit of information about how our workforce development efforts align directly with the regional plan activity items 1.8, particularly in the enrichment forums area, and 1.10 in coordinating cross-district career awareness and experiential learning opportunities. So at the core proposition of the Career, Technical, and Adult Education Department is our role in the regional workforce development efforts and really helping all of our students, all of our learners take agency in their own career and future paths forward. At the heart of that workforce development work is our business and industry partnerships. Our B&I partnerships, as we call them, reach across sectors and organizational structures across our region. And the strategies that we engage our partners with ensure that we stay current with industry standards and practices, that we're attuned to the needs of the region's employers, and that we promote these critical connections between our secondary and adult student populations and the economic drivers across Long Island. So our B&I partnership list is nearly 1,000 organizations long, and these relationships span from mom and pop shops or small entities to the largest organizations and employers on the island. They represent the private and the public sector, and they include professional association, chambers of commerce, and unions that also have a regional lens across Long Island. So our student opportunities to engage with our B&I partners come in a lot of different forms. It may be through inviting a guest speaker from industry into our classroom space, where students have the opportunity to ask questions and learn more about their pathway of interest. Students can earn internships or individual placements with our B&I partners. Groups of students might visit a site to see the industry in action at the partners work site. And our B&I partners often participate in advisory boards and curricula review on behalf of all of our programs. And additionally, we host career fairs, student showcases of talent, and we host a job board where our students and our B&I partners can connect with real and immediate employment opportunities. So I hope that everyone can see how our B&I strategies support meaningful and relevant experiential learning. Here in CTE, we call that work-based learning. And the opportunity to interact with our business and industry partners creates enrichment forums in career pathways or programs of study for our students. This allows our students to identify potential employers and professional networks, both within their local communities and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Crystal Hernandez-Barnett.
Hi, everyone. I'm Crystal Hernandez-Barnett. I'm the Divisional Administrator for Educational Support Services, and I'm super excited to be here today to talk about this particular program, which has been a partnership that is near and dear to our hearts, and one that so far has been such a great success. This regional partnership is all about building a teacher pipeline, empowering people who are interested in teaching to become teachers. And it aligns with the regional activity item 1.11, which is establish regional and aspiring teacher and leader cohorts. And this is a partnership between Eastern Suffolk BOCES and SUNY Empire. And I did see Rob out there. He's our SUNY Empire partner, so I'm very excited he can join us today. So our story began a couple years ago where my supervisor, Kate Davern, said we should apply for a grant. And we did. We applied for a grant from the Department of Labor. We spent weeks and weeks working on the grant, and we were very, very lucky to be awarded $4.6 million. And this grant was focused on addressing teacher shortages. So through this grant, we had to pick a university partnership, and we were very, very lucky in that SUNY Empire decided to join us on our quest. And we partnered with SUNY Empire and very closely with our special education department as well. And we have created what we call our teacher residency program. And this teacher residency program has been building teacher pathways within Eastern Suffolk BOCES. We provide tuition assistance for current teaching assistants to earn certification in special education. So our teaching assistants have the opportunity to continue working as teaching assistants, but receive tuition assistance through this grant to get their master's in special education to eventually become special education teachers, which was one of the identified shortages by the Department of Labor. We've been at this for 2 years, and we are looking at our very first cohort of 17 teaching assistants that will be graduating with teaching certification very, very shortly, May 2026. So this has been a true testament to a partnership between BOCES, SUNY Empire, the ESS department, and the special ed department. We all put our heart and soul into this, and we are so proud of those 17 teaching assistants. So I do hope this serves as inspiration for any other future partnerships that we can take part in that really develop our workforce, whether it's teachers or leaders, as aligned to our regional plan.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Holly and Crystal and Emily, for sharing those wonderful partners and collaborations that you have with our vendors and consultants, affiliations, agencies all throughout the region. We do, as Crystal had mentioned, we do hope that this does inspire you to look into the work that you're doing, the services that you provide. And as we learn more, and as you learn more about our Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan, you'll be able to see the connections and the touching points between your service and your offerings and the type of needs and supports our region is looking for. So now I would like to bring us take transition and really look at something different. I'd like to invite Dr. Lena Maloney to come and speak with us today. She'll help to navigate our Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan website. We'll also be able to highlight certain features within that website. So we're very excited to share this, and we're very excited to have Lena join us.
I am the Divisional Administrator here at Eastern Suffolk BOCES for Research, Communications, and Strategic Planning. And I'm very pleased to be able to share with you the website for regionalization. So I'm going to share my screen. And just confirming that right now everybody sees the Eastern Suffolk BOCES homepage on their screen. Is that accurate? Perfect. So when we go to the Eastern Suffolk BOCES homepage at esboces.org, we are able to get to the regional plan website in two ways. We can either go to the district resources menu and select the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan and Recommendations, or over at the right-hand side, there is a button for the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan. So here we are at the home page, the landing page for the regional plan and recommendations. And this is really designed to be a centralized resource meant to support superintendents, district leadership teams, and foster collaboration across Suffolk County. For our non-school district partners, this is also a really great way for you to learn more about the plan, for you to keep up to date on various aspects of the plan, and to see what's going on. So I'm going to take us through the website a bit. So a lot of what has been covered already is also contained here on the website. So if you ever want to go back and see, and read a little bit more deeply into what was discussed, you can feel free to poke around in this area for the regional plan and recommendations. And we also have posted the full booklet that has a great amount of information included. But most of the information can also be found here, broken up into easily navigable areas. So here we see our priority focus strands. We can click into strand definitions or go right into part 1 or part 2, which my colleagues have already talked about, various aspects of the plan and the items. So we've seen item 1.1 and talked about certain activities that have aligned. So you can really poke around in here a little bit and learn more about each of the items for the plan. On our non-district partner page, we do have our collaborative affiliations listed, and we link directly to some of our non-district partners. And we also have listed out some of our anticipated affiliations. And of course, this is not a limited list. We have our calendar of regional events, which is a really great resource to stay up to date on what's happening and what's upcoming. And once you click into any given event that's occurring, you can first of all see that it's color coded so that it links directly to the strand that it's aligned with. But then you can also click in and get additional information. So you can see when and where the event is being held. You can get the flyer for the event and find out more about what's going on. I do want to mention that, of course, this is a living and breathing website, and especially this portion of the website, we are constantly looking to update and add. This is a very new website. It just launched a couple of weeks ago, and I encourage you to stop in frequently to see what's going on, because there's so much happening both across the agency and across the region. And to that point, we also have our partnership spotlight. And here you can find some information about events that have occurred. You can see a write-up, a small write-up of what took place, and some photos from each event. You can tell which item the event is tagged to, and really get a sense of the regional planning activities that have occurred of recent. So for our districts, they can click into join the Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan. And from here, they're actually able to access the district certification form, and they can choose to join into the regional planning work. So we can see that the form is here. They will talk about or name, I should say, the list of agreed items, and that harkens back to what Vanessa spoke to in highlighting the high frequency items. And then the district superintendent does sign off on this certification before it comes back to us. They can put in any questions or comments that they might have. And we also offer a sample completed form if district superintendents have any questions about what they're filling out. For our non-district partners, I also want to direct you down to this bottom area of links and resources, because there's a wonderful contact us button that you can click into. And while this says it's for assistance and support, I would also encourage you to come here if you were to think about various ways that your organization can partner with Eastern Suffolk BOCES and with this regionalization work. This is a great way for you to connect directly with the regionalization team, because it comes directly to a dedicated email. And we know that you'll be able to get immediate attention, and we'll be able to speak to you directly about the ideas that you might have for working with us and partnering to provide service to all of our students across the region, support across the region. So finally, before I turn it back over, I also just want to share that another great resource for learning about all the great happenings in Eastern Suffolk BOCES is Dr. Varela's Instagram page. And so I've got it pulled up here, and obviously, most of us don't access Instagram from our desktop computer, so it looks a little bit different, but I do encourage you to follow her on Instagram. And we will have a QR code for you at the end of the presentation. You'll be able to just kind of take a quick picture with your phone, and you can follow her from there. But this gets updated very frequently, and we share a lot of great information about what's happening around the agency and different events that have occurred. So I definitely encourage you to take advantage of that resource as well. But please make sure to visit our website, come back early and often. There's a lot of really great information here. And we look forward to continuing to build this website as we get deeper and deeper into the regional planning work.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Malone. That's a great resource. Again, I will reiterate, encourage you to visit our site, to navigate, to present questions to us. It is a live and active site, so if there's something that you'd like to see or something that you have questions about, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to support you. Right. So now what I'd like to do is just take us through our final step here. We're really just closing out our event today, and it's really just to talk about what do we do as we move forward. So really a call to partnership. As partners, your involvement in regionalization is supportive and strategic. This work creates meaningful opportunities to expand your impact, as well as strengthens your connections and aligns your services with a broader regional vision. These are just some of our professional relationships that we've been working with and collaborating partners that we've worked with. But we're so excited and anxious to work with others and new people. So as you begin to work with us or continue your relationships to working with us through Eastern Suffolk BOCES, as well as districts all throughout Eastern Suffolk County, we'd love to hear what you're doing, and we'd like for you to pass along the message. We would like your colleagues, other vendors, other consultants, affiliations to see the great work that we're doing and really jump on board to be able to support our communities within the region. So moving forward together, what does this mean? So aligning efforts to reduce fragmentation and creating more coherent student-centered support, systems of support. Looked at advancing equity of access, ensuring all students, regardless of district, can benefit from high quality programs and services. That's where you come in to working with us and working with school districts to create these partnerships. Leveraging collective expertise to scale what works and innovate where needed. And then working collaboratively across districts and sectors to recognize that no single entity can really achieve this vision alone. And we realize that, and our districts realize that. So moving forward together again through a regional approach. So in partnership with school districts, we can maximize the impact of shared resources and strategies and partnerships. Eastern Suffolk BOCES will remain central to advancing this work. Our objective, and Dr. Varela will speak to this and has already spoke to it, our focus really has been to be able to support this process. We help to facilitate this work within our region. But really, it's the voice of our school district superintendents, the stakeholders, and the communities that they serve that are really influencing or have influenced the development of this plan. And finally, facilitate connections, coordinating efforts, and providing support necessary to sustain and grow this initiative.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. So now that we think about how we're moving forward together, we can deliver opportunities at a scale that would be difficult to achieve independently, ensuring that every student across the region has access to enriching high-quality educational experiences, right? We really need your collaboration. And as we move from planning to enacting, these are really the top asks, if you will, is that through regionalization and our regional plan, we foster the support and the partnership. So it's to foster the BOCES, the school districts, and strategic partnerships across Eastern Suffolk region. That we're also leveraging the strategic partners to further advance implementation of the regional plan, those regional ideas and recommendations. And that the Eastern Suffolk BOCES regional website is a centralized repository for that flow of information and of resources and provides those updates. We invite you to join us in this collective effort because moving forward together is how we can really create that lasting impact. And we have an opportunity to build upon the regional activities that already take place and the existing partnerships, many of which are longstanding partnerships and other new partnerships that we have forged.
Well, thank you. So here's our contact information and some resources. As Dr. Malone had mentioned earlier in our presentation, there is Dr. Varela's Instagram. So if you want to join, that would be a great opportunity for you to follow all the wonderful things, not only through regionalization, but also what Eastern Suffolk BOCES provides out to our component districts. So again, to begin a collaborative partnership and for your information and for more information and questions, contact us at our ES Regional Planning at easternsuffolkboces.org, as well as come and visit our website at Eastern Suffolk Regional Plan and Recommendations. This is our website address. We encourage you to come and join to investigate the work that we're doing, to reach out, and we would love to see your partnership and what you're doing within the Suffolk County region. And we can promote that through our website as well as partner with you on other collaborative efforts. So Dr. Varela, David Wicks, I will turn this over to you to close out the session. But if there's any questions.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. The one thing that I want to add is that following this presentation, all of the participants will receive the PowerPoint deck in addition to a copy of our regional plan and the links that have been shared today. The link to our regional website and also email address, as well as the Instagram information. So with that said, we really thank you. We look forward to collaborating because we cannot enact this plan alone. We realize how important it is to really partner with our strategic partners, local and regionally, in this crucial work. And we ask that you contact us so that you can share with us your input and questions, because that feedback will help us strengthen our regional approach and collaboration as we continue to address the activities that are found in our regional plan, and will help us build upon these that are already existing. We thank you, and personally, on my behalf and Mr. Wick's behalf, we appreciate the collaboration that is and that will continue to be. And we want to publicly recognize our team here at Eastern Suffolk BOCES for their collaboration and for their time in preparing for today's presentation. So thank you very much, and please expect those resources from us shortly. Thank you all. Mr. Wicks?
Nothing more to add to that. Proud to be part of this team and proud for all the work that that they're doing to serve the students of our region. Thanks everybody for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.